Have you ever just, stopped and imagined a life where your money choices aren't dictated by past debts?
Mm.
Where, like, the weight of loans isn't the first thing you think about in the morning or maybe the last thing at night?
Yeah, that constant pressure.
For so many people, achieving real financial peace, real freedom, especially early on, it feels like a long shot, a distant dream.
It really does.
But what if it didn't have to be? What if you could actually achieve debt-free status, early in adult life and unlock something more purposeful?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Well, today we're diving deep into exactly that. We're drawing on some really profound insights from Enging, Reuben Juma Onunga's book, Achieving Debt-Free Status Early in Adult Life.
And he's got such an interesting background for this topic.
He really does. He's not your usual finance guy. He's an engineer, a community leader, an author. And he's seen firsthand how bright dreams get dimmed by that silent weight of debt.
So he brings this unique mix, like technical thinking, practical wisdom, but also this deep spiritual grounding.
Exactly. It's a perspective you don't often find.
Yeah.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We want to pull out the key principles, the actionable strategies from Onunga's work
Right.
to help you understand not just, how to handle debt, but how to actually build lasting financial independence, to live a life unchained, purposeful,
Yeah.
and yes, debt-free.
It's so important because, as you said, the struggle with debt feels almost normal now, doesn't it? It's everywhere.
Kind of expected, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes even celebrated, weirdly enough, in our consumer culture. But what Onunga does, which is so valuable, is he doesn't just give you financial tips in isolation. He weaves them together with timeless wisdom from Christianity, from Islam, even from cultural practices he's observed, and stories, real stories of ordinary people.
So it's holistic.
Totally. This deep dive isn't just about the what to do with your money. It's about the why. Why does this matter? It connects financial peace to, well, deeper human values. It's a pathway to peace that goes way beyond just your bank balance.
Okay, I'm excited. And it sounds like there's a lot to unpack. Over the next few minutes, you're going to discover, well, the subtle ways debt traps us. Its real hidden costs. We'll look at the mindset shifts you need for real, lasting freedom. And then the practical stuff. Earning more, budgeting, saving, investing, all that good stuff.
And tackling that comparison culture, too, which is huge.
Oh, absolutely. And for those already in debt, there are concrete steps to get out, leading to, the ultimate rewards. Peace, freedom, legacy.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's really get into this journey towards financial liberation. So Onunga starts by showing how debt often just sneaks in. Quietly.
Disguised, right?
Yeah, disguises opportunity or convenience or sometimes even necessity, especially for young adults. Think about it. Student loans promising a better future, but locking you into payments for years.
Right. Or credit cards.
Exactly. Swipe for those wants disguised as needs, or those higher purchase deals for the latest gadget.
Tempting. Very tempting.
He calls it a dangerous illusion, this idea that you can have today what tomorrow's income hasn't even provided yet. It's almost like a magic trick, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And what's fascinating, and something Onunga really emphasizes, is how faith traditions have warned about this for centuries.
Yeah.
Well, think about Proverbs 22.7 in the Bible. It's stark. The borrower is servant to the lender. That's not just about money, is it? It's about autonomy.
Yeah.
About who's really in control of your life.
Wow, servant to the lender. That's powerful.
It is. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he expressed a real fear of debt. He explained that it brings lies and broken promises, worry by day and humiliation by night.
Worry by day, humiliation by night.
These aren't just, old sayings. They offer this deep perspective. Debt isn't just an economic thing. It can fundamentally mess with your dignity, your peace.
That's such a crucial point. If these warnings are so old and, frankly, so clear, why do so many young people still fall into the trap?
Well, Onunga points to a few things. Education loans are a big one. You're saddled with debt before you even start earning properly.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah. Then there's massive lifestyle pressure, social media constantly showing you what others have.
Keeping up with the Joneses, digitally.
Exactly. So borrowing feels like a shortcut. And then there's just basic financial illiteracy for many, not understanding interest, how quickly it bites back.
Compound interest working against you.
Precisely. And just a culture that pushes instant gratification. Buy now, worry later. It really is, like you said, about control shifting away from you.
It really is.
And Onunga really pushes us to look beyond just the pounds or dollars owed. He says the true cost of debt erodes your peace, dignity, relationships, time, and opportunity.
So it's much broader than finance.
Much broader. That proverb, again, being a servant, means you wake up maybe not to pursue your passion, but just to satisfy the lender's demands. It diminishes your agency, your dignity.
And the Prophet Muhammad's view you mentioned, debt as oppression and humiliation, unsettling the soul. It's striking how both faiths link financial freedom directly to, well, spiritual and moral health.
Absolutely. It's seen as fundamental to living a good, righteous life, not just a nice to have.
Okay.
And think about the other costs. The emotional toll, constant anxiety, stress, strained relationship.
Yeah, money fights are a real thing.
Huge. Then lost opportunities.
Yeah.
Every penny going to interest is a penny not building your future, not invested, not saved for a rainy day.
Right. It's wealth draining away.
Exactly. Socially, it can be humiliating, limit your options, even trap families in cycles of debt for generations. And sadly, it can tempt people towards dishonesty just to keep up appearances. Broken promises, lies.
That's heavy. So if debt is this damaging, how do we actually beat it? Onunga says it starts with mindset, right?
Yes, fundamentally. He insists it's conquered first by way of thinking. You need discipline, foresight, self-control. You have to, as he puts it, pierce through these illusions that debt equals progress or convenience.
Pierce the illusion. I like that.
It connects beautifully with timeless wisdom, you know. Romans 12.2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world." Well, the world's pattern is often borrow, spend, impress. The Quran warns against wastefulness, calling the wasteful brothers of the devils. That's strong language showing the spiritual cost.
Wow.
And Proverbs says the wise store up, but fools just gulp things down. So, connecting this back, financial freedom starts inside, developing that inner strength to resist the external noise.
So what are the pillars of this mindset?
Onunga highlights a few key ones. Discipline is huge, just having the strength to say no now for a better yes later.
The marshmallow test, basically.
Kind of. Then delayed gratification. This idea of I'll prepare for it, save for it, and when I own it, it will truly be mine. Earned, valued.
Instead of instantly acquired and maybe instantly regretted.
Exactly. And contentment. He draws on Philippians, where Paul learned contentment in all circumstances, and Islam's concept of qunā, finding sufficiency in what you have, appreciating blessings instead of chasing more.
That feels countercultural today.
It really is. He even suggests learning from cultures often known for being debt-averse, like Somali traders, Indian families, Chinese entrepreneurs groups known for patient building, prioritizing saving, passing that wisdom down.
So what does this mean for you, listening right now? It means consciously questioning that urge for instant gratification.
It really does. It means making active choices. For example, in my own family, saving up was always emphasized. So when we needed to redo our kitchen a while back, the first thought wasn't loan. It was, okay, how much can we put aside each month?
Took longer, maybe.
It did take longer. But that feeling of owning it outright, no strings attached, that peace was worth it. It's about your values, not just rules.
That makes sense, that internal discipline.
Yeah.
So once the mindset is shifting, where do we go next, practically?
Well, Onunga moves right into that balance between income and spending. His core message here: expand income streams and shrink dependence on borrowed money. Simple, but powerful.
Relying on just one salary is risky.
He compares it to balancing a house on just one pillar. It's unstable, you need more support.
Right.
The parable of the talents in Matthew 25 comes up again, multiplying resources, not just holding on to them, actively growing what you have. And the Prophet Muhammad's teachings also stress honest, earned income, being diligent, creative, finding multiple ways to provide. Maybe it's a side hustle, freelancing, turning a hobby into something. Even small investments, building that second, third pillar.
Okay, multiple streams. And the other side, borrowing less.
Yeah, that's crucial. It means consciously adjusting your lifestyle to what you actually earn, embracing maybe a bit more humility and simplicity.
Instead of borrowing for appearances, like the flashy car example.
Exactly, or the huge wedding you can't afford.
Yeah.
Choosing a simpler path that fits your real means. Onunga quotes 1 Timothy, "Godliness with contentment is great gain." And the Quran, "Eat and drink, but do not be extravagant."
It all comes back to self-control again, doesn't it?
It's the bridge. That link between earning more and needing to borrow less, it's a choice you make daily.
Okay, so expand income, borrow less, and then comes budgeting, which let's be honest, sometimes feels like a chore.
It can feel that way. But Onunga frames it differently. Not just a spreadsheet, but a philosophy of life. A map toward financial freedom.
A map. I like that better than chore.
Me too. His point is you need to know where every coin goes. Otherwise, money just sort of disappears, often into those wants disguised as needs we mentioned.
The little leaks sink the ship.
Precisely. And Onunga poses that key question. Is your budget a burden, or is it actually a liberating map? He brings in Jesus, asking if you'd build a tower without counting the cost first.
Makes sense. Planning.
And the Quran warning against wastefulness both show that planning, moderation, they're not just practical, they're ethically important too. For listeners who know the basics of budgeting, Onunga's insight is rooting it in these deeper values. It becomes less about restriction, more about aligning spending with your purpose.
Yeah, living below your means, right? That's key for him.
Absolutely crucial to create that breathing space for emergencies, for saving, for investing. It's not about being deprived, it's about prudence, future-proofing yourself.
Are there systems he suggests?
Yeah, he mentions things like the 50-30-20 rule, 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings or debt pay down, or even just embracing minimalism, thinking about people like Warren Buffett living simply despite his wealth.
Right, so in the same house.
Or those examples of Asian business families, African grandparents, building wealth slowly, generationally, through discipline. It shows living below your means today helps you rise above your circumstances tomorrow. It's not just about income, it's about management.
Show me your budget, show me your priorities.
Exactly. And Onunga adds, with faith integrated, it's not just financial priorities, it's life priorities. Does this expense move you towards that debt-free, purposeful life you want, or away from it?
That's a good filter. Okay, so mindset, income spending balance, budgeting, then saving and investing early.
Yes, these are the strong walls that protect your debt-free house. Savings are your protection. That emergency fund is critical.
So a car repair doesn't become a credit card crisis.
Exactly. It stops unexpected things from starting a debt spiral. Proverbs uses that image of the ant storing food foresight, diligence. And the Quran talks about balancing spending to avoid insolvency. Prudent saving is seen as wise stewardship. Not a lack of faith, but responsible management.
Okay, so savings protect. What about investments?
Investments are about growth, putting your money to work for you. And Onunga really hammers home the power of compound interest, especially starting early.
Ah, yes, the magic of compounding.
It really is almost magic. Think about this. If you invest just $100 a month starting at 25, assuming a 7% return, by 65, you could have over $250,000.
Wow.
But wait till 35 to start that same $100 a month. You might only end up with around $120,000. That 10-year delay, it costs you more than half your potential wealth.
That really drives it home. Time is the key ingredient.
It's your biggest ally. Onunga points back to the parable of the talents multiplied don't bury. And the Prophet Muhammad, as a merchant, encouraged fair business, circulating wealth. The message is consistent. Resources are for growth, for impact, not just hiding.
So practically, what are the steps?
Build that 3 to 6 month emergency fund first. Then automate your savings. Pay yourself first. Start small. Don't feel you need huge sums. Invest in things you actually understand. Diversify and reinvest your earnings. Let it snowball.
Makes sense. Build the foundation, then build wealth. Now, something you mentioned earlier, the culture of comparison. Onunga sees this as a major obstacle, right?
Huge. He calls comparison a silent thief, made so much worse by social media. It pushes us into debt just for show, for display. It's an endless, unwinnable game.
We've all felt it, haven't we? That little nudge to upgrade because someone else did.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where Onunga's blend of wisdom is so helpful. Galatians tells us to test our own actions without comparing ourselves to others.
Focus on your own race.
Exactly. And the Prophet Muhammad advised looking at those below you, not above, so you appreciate your blessings instead of belittling them. That instantly breaks the envy cycle, doesn't it?
Shifts perspective completely. From envy to gratitude.
Yeah. True ambition, Onunga argues, builds real wealth patiently. It doesn't borrow recklessly just to look good. It channels energy inward towards contentment and actual growth, not outward for validation.
So how do you beat it, practically speaking?
Limit the social media doom scrolling, maybe. Celebrate your own milestones, however small they seem. Live by your values, not by trends. And surround yourself with people who support your goals, not people who pressure you to spend.
Reclaim your self-worth from the likes.
You got it.
Okay, that's powerful. But what about people listening who are already in debt? It can feel overwhelming. Does Onunga offer hope there?
Absolutely. He offers very practical, proven strategies. But the first step, he insists, is honesty. You have to face the debt, honestly.
No more burying your head in the sand.
None. Write it all down. Every loan, every card, balance, interest rate, get it out in the open. Avoidance just digs the hole deeper.
Facing the beast.
Yeah. And doing that, it shifts you from passive victim to active strategist. You start reclaiming your agency.
Okay, so once it's all written down.
He details two main methods. The snowball method, pay off the smallest debts first. Those quick wins build momentum, keep you motivated.
Psychological boost.
Right. Or the avalanche method, tackle the highest interest debts first. This saves you the most money in the long run mathematically, like hitting that 20% credit card before the 6% student loan.
Makes financial sense.
Whichever you choose, the crucial next step is cut off all new borrowing, stop the bleeding. He references Proverbs warning against pledging for debts and how Islam strongly discourages unnecessary borrowing. It's a serious commitment.
Draw a line in the sand.
Definitely. Then it's about finding the money, increase income where possible, and reduce expenses sometimes ruthlessly. Be brutally honest about needs versus wants.
Cut back.
And don't be afraid to talk to your creditors. Negotiate. See if they offer hardship programs or restructuring options. They often prefer getting something to getting nothing.
Right, communication is key.
And he emphasizes celebrating the small wins along the way. Paying off one small debt, acknowledge it, it keeps you going, and crucially, anchor yourself in faith and prayer.
For resilience.
Exactly. Philippians encourages prayer over anxiety. The Prophet Muhammad offered specific prayers for debt relief. These aren't magic fixes, but they provide that vital resilience, focus, and hope when the path feels long, keeps you on track.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, he's mostly warning against debt, but does he see any place for it? Is there such a thing as good debt?
He does acknowledge a small category he calls good debt, but he's very cautious about it.
Okay, what qualifies?
Debt that actively helps you build wealth rather than consume it. So maybe a well-researched business loan for something genuinely profitable, or a mortgage for a home that's likely to appreciate in a market you understand, an education loan that significantly boosts your earning power, or financing productive assets that generate income.
Things that make money or grow in value.
Exactly. But, and this is a huge but, there are strict conditions. The purpose must be clear. Income generation or appreciation. It must be affordable within your budget. You need a solid plan.
No winging it.
No. And the funds can't be diverted to just buying stuff. Risk control is vital. He refers to Psalm 37, the righteous repay their debts. Islam permits necessary debt but demands transparency and prompt repayment. Integrity is paramount.
And the danger is?
Mislabeling bad debt as good. That car loan example again. Maybe you use it for work, but if it's a depreciating asset and a cheaper option existed and you stretched yourself thin for it, that wasn't really good debt, was it?
Tricky distinction.
Very. His preference is clear. If you can save and invest instead of borrowing, do that. Keep total debt low, maybe 30-35% of income max. It really forces honesty about why you're borrowing.
That clarity is vital. Okay, so we manage debt. Maybe use it a tiny bit strategically. What's the payoff? What does living the debt-free life actually look like, according to Onunga?
It's about peace, freedom, and legacy. Not just zero balances on statements, it's that inner peace. Going to sleep without bills haunting you. Waking up without that knot of anxiety.
From worry.
And freedom of choice. The ability to take a job you love, not just one that pays the bills. To start that business you dream about. To invest more boldly. You're not tied down by lenders.
You're in the driver's seat.
Totally. And generosity. He mentions acts, the blessings of giving. Islam's focus on zakat and sadaqah. When you're not servicing debt, you have more capacity to give, to help others. That's huge.
And legacy.
Passing on principles, not problems. Modeling discipline, foresight for your kids, your community, leaving a legacy of financial wisdom, not just, outstanding bills.
That's powerful. Thinking generationally.
And spiritually, there's a reward too. Reuben says, owe no one anything except to love. The Prophet Muhammad's warning about the unsettled soul of someone dying in debt. It suggests true peace is hard to find when burdened by obligations. It's liberation on multiple levels.
Impractical.
Practically, your money works for you, not against you. It multiplies faster. You earn interest, you don't pay it. You invest in assets that build your future, not finance things that lose value. You live your dreams with clarity, choosing your own path.
Not having it chosen by creditors. So, thinking about all this, what does it mean for your future? The one you're building right now. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we?
We really have.
From understanding how debt traps us, its real costs, to cultivating that essential debt-free mindset.
The foundation.
And the practical tools. Earning more, budgeting with purpose, saving, investing smartly, beating that comparison culture.
And the concrete steps to get out if you're already struggling.
Yeah. Reuben Juma Onunga really gives this holistic view, doesn't he? Blending the financial, the spiritual, the cultural wisdom. His dedication, you can feel it, is about equipping a next generation.
Yeah.
Giving them the tools, the discipline, the wisdom to live free, purposeful lives.
And that really is the core takeaway for you, listening. Achieving debt-free status early. It's more than just numbers on a page. It's a powerful choice, a lifestyle decision. It's really a statement of freedom.
Reclaiming something fundamental.
Exactly. Reclaiming your dignity, your integrity, your responsibility, so you can live that life truly unchained, purposeful, debt-free. It's about total liberation, really. So just imagine for a moment. Imagine the person you could become, the impact you could have, the deep, deep peace you could feel if every single decision you made was truly yours, unburdened by past obligations. What vision for your life will you start funding today instead of just servicing yesterday's debts?
That's the question to sit with. The journey might not be easy, we know that. But as we've heard today, the reward that life unchained, it's immeasurable. The first step, it's often the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. Start today.